And we're back. Strut Report, week 4, Facebook Live. How's it going, guys?
Doing great. Doing great. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Tony Merrill.
Sean Cook.
Blake Show.
Welcome back. We are on the week number 4 of the Strut Report. We're starting to see a lot of comments out there. Guys are out there hunting. They're getting in the field. They're scouting for seasons that are about ready to open.
A lot of seasons opening up in the next week or two, and it should be exciting for these other areas we haven't really heard much from.
That's right. So, especially as you'll see, those guys up in the northwest part of the country, we really need you guys to start getting involved a little bit. We're still seeing a lot from the southeast, as you'll see, but we're looking forward to going through everything here. And if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to comment on the video, and we'll answer your questions in live time right now. So, with that, why don't we get her started, Sean? Take it away.
So we're going to start with the Southwest, and we got a little bit of feedback, not too much, but sounds like the guys are starting to get it kicked off up there. So in southeast Oklahoma, Woody Smith is seeing quite a few birds on trail camera. He's looking to get his first turkey this year at age 55, so good luck to you, Woody. And so down in Texas, not gobbling the calls. Sounds like they're probably still henned up, not responding, and that's from Josh Baker. Arizona, not open until April 21st, so still about 2 weeks out, but gobblers are out strutting. And Hawaii, no reports yet and no invites yet for the hunts, but Eric Wong is going to be hunting there, so that's exciting.
Hey, we'll look forward to hearing how he does.
Yeah, absolutely. So that kind of wraps up the South. Wait, do we? So we don't want to talk to Cobb yet. We're gonna.
That's right. We're actually going to in a few minutes. We're going to bring in our good field staffer, Steve Cobb. We're going to call him and get a little bit of an update from him because he's been hunting actually a few different states here this week. So
Texas, South Carolina, and
in a few minutes we'll give him a call and see what he's got to say for himself.
So on to the Mountain West, eastern Montana, western North Dakota area. Clay Peterman has seen 6 to 8 flocks in the last week while traveling down I-94, all in late afternoon and early evening. So lots of strutting out there, and it sounds like it's going to be exciting when that opens up.
Yeah.
And still, like Tony mentioned, nothing from the Northwest, so we need you guys to comment, and maybe as the season starts to open up there, we'll hear from them.
Get out there, get scouting, let us know what you're seeing. We'll look forward to hearing from you guys.
All right, Tony, you want to bring us on to the Mideast?
I will. So Pennsylvania. Season's still a few weeks off, understandable. Not a lot of comments here, but a few guys out there scouting, driving around, seeing a few birds. Looks like Leonard Tarby, I believe that's how you pronounce it, saw several good flocks this past week with some nice gobblers in with quite a few hens. So that might make it a little bit tough if there's a lot of hens around when it comes hunting, but once those hens start to get bred, it'll be easier to get those birds to respond to you. So there should be a lot of birds with the mild winter, but like I said, a lot of live hens to compete with, so just keep that in mind. Just be patient. In the southwest part of the state of Pennsylvania, they're seeing some lone strutters out around now, so that's good. Some flocks are still together, but starting to see some separation, so that's a good sign. That'll make it a little bit easier to call those birds into you. And in the lower part of the state of New York, it's been pretty quiet with some large flocks being spotted in Orange County. So a little bit quiet there now, but hopefully in the next couple weeks you should start to see some more activity in New York State.
I'm guessing it's probably still pretty cool up there.
Yeah. I mean, really in most of the country, the last few days have been pretty cool.
Had a storm push through and kind of pushing some cold weather around everywhere.
And especially when you get up in those more northern states, we're talking about some real serious cooler weather, 30-degree temperatures in the mornings and stuff like that. So that makes it real understandable for those birds to be.
Which could probably end up being good for these seasons that haven't opened yet. It could keep the birds honest and get them ready for the season to start open.
Exactly. I mean, it sounds like when we first started this Strut Report a couple weeks ago, a lot of people were saying how it had been so warm. Things were ahead of time. They were afraid that things wouldn't still be going on once their season actually started. So these couple of cold fronts that we've actually had in the last couple of weeks are actually going to work in the favor of those seasons that haven't started yet.
Yep.
So with that, Blake, why don't you take us on to the Great Lakes and Midwest region?
Sure. We'll move over to western Kansas and Kansas State. Lots of activity going on in Kansas. So the hunting's picking up and getting better. So we look forward to seeing people tag out with their turkeys in Kansas as the weeks go on. Moving over to southern Missouri, the birds are out and moving. A lot of activity there. Cole Chapman has seen lots of hens, not as many gobblers, but our HS field staff, Jake Hyman and Heath Wood, both in Missouri, are seeing a lot of birds. The weather's looking promising for the youth season this weekend, so they're looking forward to that. And from the scouting that they've done, the strutters are out and being vocal, so it's looking up in Missouri for those guys.
Yeah, and I know Heath Wood in particular, he's been out with his youth hunter this last weekend and doing some shotgun patterning and things like that. So it's good to get that preparation ahead of time.
Yep.
So moving on through the Midwest region, eastern Iowa, which is actually where I'm from, we've had some folks let us know that they're actually seeing more turkeys around than in previous years. So this is a great sign to see. Maybe it has to do with the mild winter. Maybe it has to do with the great hatch last year, less predation. Who knows what that is, but eastern Iowa seeing some good numbers of turkeys. In particular, we had someone let us know that in Jackson County, they've been seeing quite a few birds with hens, and youth season actually starts tomorrow. So just like Missouri, we got youth season in Iowa this weekend, so there's going to be some youth hunters out there that hopefully will get a good head start on the season and get possibly their first birds.
Yeah, I know a couple guys up in northeast Iowa looking forward, so hopefully we hear from them this week.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing some harvest photos next week, hopefully. So also gobblers off the roost are chasing hens most days, even in the rain. So I mean, even with some nasty weather that's come through the last couple of days, gobblers are active. So that's a great sign to see for youth season this weekend. Moving on over into Illinois, we had a couple young ladies, Adriana and Allie Armstrong. Adriana hunted the youth season this last weekend in southern Illinois, and she hunted Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday she just saw some hens, but actually heard a lot of gobbling. And why don't you show us the picture of the bird she harvested?
Sean, you want to bring our camera over here, and we'll show you a picture of Adriana. Great bird.
Yeah, so that was during youth season in southern Illinois. Gobblers were really responsive on Sunday, and she ended up taking that bird after probably learning a few things on Saturday after she wasn't successful. And then her sister Allie had a couple big toms come out of range, came in just out of range earlier on this past week. And same area in southern Illinois, they were gobbling like crazy in the morning, but just didn't quite get it done. So that's a good sign for them there in Illinois. Sounds like they'll probably be able to make
a successful season.
Yeah, at some point here this season get it done. And then in Indiana, we had Kyle Miller, who's part of the Turkeys of Indiana Facebook page. He's been out scouting birds the past couple weeks. He's been seeing some strutting activity, but there's been more action at daybreak rather than the afternoon. So if you're in Indiana and you're going to be getting out there when the season opens, maybe take that into consideration. And Tony Jester in Indiana, he's seen a lot of gobblers on his trail camera pictures. I think we have a picture from him as well that we can use here. Why don't we show the camera here, Sean? The trail cam pic he's got here in Indiana.
4 strutters in the field.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want to see right there leading up to turkey season. So that's a really good sign. Some good looking birds.
I think I'll be on that field opening morning.
Oh yeah, I'll be all over that. So all right, Sean, why don't you take us on through the rest of the Midwest region?
All right, so in Ohio, within the last couple of weeks, birds are moving around quite a bit now, and hens are starting to move or are moving to nesting different feeding areas. Big flocks starting to break up, so that's a good sign. You want them to break away and be attracted to your calls, and because if they're with hens, it's gonna be hard to draw them away. So that's a good sign for Ohio. They're starting to see 1 tom per couple hens, so good sign there. Minnesota season opens up April 12th, and Wisconsin April 21st. So coming up in the next week or so, those our Great Lakes region will be starting opening up. In Wisconsin, they're seeing strutters with hens, so they're still henned up in that area. Michigan season starts May 8th, so still about a month away there, but.
Yeah, we got an update from Nathaniel Melton.
What's up, Nathaniel? How you doing?
He's in northwest Wisconsin. He said
All
they're still in big flocks, warmer weather, and then expecting flocks to break up soon.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's good.
Should be perfect time for a 2-week season out. So.
Oh, and the youth hunt starts next weekend.
Okay.
There you go.
Up in Wisconsin. Right on.
Cool. So maybe some more warmer weather moving in will work out in the favor of the youth season as
Yep.
well.
Good luck to all the youth hunters getting out there, and look forward to some more kills.
Yeah, we've got a lot of youth seasons opening up in that central part of the U.S. here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to after this weekend with Iowa and Missouri opening up, getting some youth pictures.
Yep. Hopefully they take advantage of getting out there before there's a lot of pressure on the birds and
Yeah,
the rest of the season open up.
that'll be great.
So does that bring us on to the southeast region?
It does, and with that, I think it's time to give our buddy Steve Cobb a call. So why don't we get him on the phone here, and why don't you try and bring the phone a little bit closer so we can get the audio a little bit better.
Yeah, point that. Hopefully y'all can all hear that one.
Hello, Steve.
Cobby, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, how y'all doing? We're here in Henrietta, Texas. I'm with the Turkey Mafia group.
So you've been hunting a few different states this week, is that right, Cobby?
That's exactly right. I started in South Carolina Monday and hunted Alabama Tuesday. Started in Texas Thursday, and we hunted again this morning.
All right. So what did you see out there? Why don't you just start beginning of the week and kind of take us through what you've been seeing?
But what's happening in South Carolina right now, the turkeys seem to be gobbling decent on the limb. Once you get them stirred up on the limb, but either some malhooting or profile, one of the two. And once they hit the ground, they either get henned up or have absolutely been pressured into shutting up. So not a whole lot of gobbling through the morning. You can find one turkey here or there, but it would be on up in the mornings when you'd find them, and it may be few and far between. And we had a great place in Alabama. I think it's like 4,000 acres, and we heard one turkey gobble his brains out, but we could not find him. So
Really?
Alabama was really, really tough right now, and I don't know if the whole state was like the part we were in, but it was pretty tough.
Yeah, me and Tony got over to Alabama last weekend and kind of had a similar situation. You know, they were gobbling on the limb, and then after about an hour, we chasing them around. They kind of shut up. It sounded like they were still henned up.
Yeah, it's just been tough. And that's what Sandy Collins and Rita Collins, who's with me with the Turkey Mafia, they were having the same kind of luck in Alabama before I got there. So pretty much it's tough in Alabama. I thought South Carolina was tough, but Alabama might be tougher.
So Cobby, in that situation where they're gobbling on the limb, but then they fly down and they don't gobble anymore, what's your strategy? How do you expect to kill a bird in that situation?
Well, you just the scouting and knowing where turkeys are at that particular time, and a lot of probably sitting and looking and listening versus a whole lot of real hard calling. I would relate to just a little bit of yelping, periodically, like every 10 or 15 minutes, and just sitting, won't be able to see the turkey react. Or find you a good visual where you can see real good.
So try and get an idea of where that turkey is going to go once he gets off the limb, and then cut him off and try and find him on his way.
Exactly, that'd be a good. But one of the things that I found out over the years is, if you've got that turkey in a particular area, he's not going to just carry that far away from his home ground there, pretty much. But it's just one of those things you got to just stay in the woods and stay after them, and not expect a whole lot of gobbling. And if you do get a gobble, then that's just as a bonus.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Now in Texas now, we the Mafia crew got on the board yesterday morning. I think we were probably first on the board. Rita shot a nice gobbler, and yesterday we were on turkeys all day long. What was that? We were on turkeys all day long. They were Jakes messed us up 2 or 3 times, and just couldn't get anything else in. But we did get on the board with a nice gobbler yesterday. And then this morning we had one turkey that gobbled pretty good, and thought we was in a pretty good position to get in, but after that, it was absolutely quiet, and I don't think we heard another turkey all morning. And another group that did kill one this morning said the same thing. Right at daylight, turkeys gobble here in Texas, and then after that, it's been quiet. So it's kind of hit or miss.
Gotcha. And that's turkey hunting. You got to work for it a lot of times, right? Sometimes they fly down, they come right into the decoys or your calls, and other times you got to chase after them all day long. Ain't that right, Cobby?
That's exactly right, man. And the one thing that I'll tell you, the Mafia crew here in Texas, we're getting some lunch right now, and I promise you we're getting ready to be back after.
Awesome, man. Well, if it happens this afternoon, we'll be looking forward to seeing some pics come through from you.
Okay. I'll send you another picture if Rita gets one.
Awesome,
Absolutely.
man. Well, good luck
Hey,
to you.
listen, y'all take care, and I appreciate y'all giving me a call, and we'll be in touch.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
Take care, Cobby. Have a good day.
Take care. Okay, buddy. Bye. Bye.
So that's our buddy Steve Cobb. He's hitting it hard this week. Like you said, he's been in South Carolina, Alabama, and now Texas, and they're hitting it hard. They're not giving up. It's been tough at times, but they did have some success in the morning here with the young lady he's hunting with. So they're going to get after it again this afternoon and see if they can't get it done.
So with that, let's kind of roll with kind of the same situation of where Cobby was. We'll start in South Carolina with some other Facebook feedback that we got. Ronnie Melbourne says South Carolina's been great this year. Seen a lot of birds, so really excited about that. Hopefully we get some kills that we see.
Yeah.
Chad Myers did harvest a great double this week, so he had some good luck. Got a picture here with his 2 birds.
Nice double right there. Good job, Chad.
Bottom there, Sean.
Sounds like a great time in the woods.
Yeah, anytime you can kill a double like that, it's a good day. Moving up a little bit to North Carolina, season opens tomorrow. So the feedback we're getting is the strutters are out. One of our Facebook strut report, originals. He's active about every week. Buford Norville and Jody Scarborough both are seeing birds out in the field. So appreciate all the feedback we get from Buford every week. South Piedmont, hearing a lot of gobbling during the youth season. So they're, again, seeing a lot of birds, hearing a lot of birds out. Ghost and Gobblers Club has had success during the youth season this last week. I think we got a picture of one of their kills as well.
Yes. Yeah, this was a youth season harvest here in North Carolina with the Ghost and Gobblers.
Maybe kind of hard to see on there, but great bird.
Congratulations to that turkey club.
Right there. Nice job. It's a good looking bird. Good job, buddy.
All right, so you want to move up to Kentucky, Tony?
Yes, sir. So moving on to the Bluegrass State, Jeffrey Bradley, he guided a young lady to her first turkey near the Cynthiana, Kentucky area last year, and this year she got her second bird. So congratulations! I believe we have a picture of that one somewhere. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't for that one. Sorry. But check out the page to see the picture for that. Okay, Northern Kentucky. We're hearing some gobbling and seeing strutting and actually seeing some hens being bred. So we do have a picture of this one. Brandon Kloss or Close right here in the top right here. It's a good looking bird right there in Northern Kentucky.
Nice Greenfield.
Congratulations. So got a couple of field staffers that let us know what's been going on with them in the state of Kentucky as well. Our good buddy Carl Drake actually called in 3 gobblers to the strut light decoys during youth season. The child he was hunting with, he said, smoked a beast of a gobbler about 4:30 in the afternoon. So, don't feel like you've got to just get out there at first light and that's it. 4:30 in the afternoon, midday, that can be just as money as anything.
Catch them heading back to roost.
Exactly. So congratulations, Carl, and your young hunter there. That sounds like a good time in the field. Brad Biddle, who's also in north central Kentucky, he says birds are still grouped up and following hens in his area there. During youth season, he had a bird within 30 to 32 yards. And unfortunately, they took a shot, got some feathers, but didn't make the kill. So all that means is there's just one more strutter out there for the next time.
Them birds are tough sometimes. They got some thick layered feathers in there, so it's you get a little bit low shot, and it's tough to get a kill all the time.
That's right. You got a small target on that head there too, and so that just goes to show you why target practice is important ahead of time. But anytime you can get a turkey in front of you and get an opportunity is a good time.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So Blake, why don't you keep taking us on through the southeast area?
Moving over to Tennessee, toms are out. Donnie Lanford seen 3 toms this week, and Kenny Hemphill had 6 active off the roost. Ended up killing one within 30 minutes after it came down from the roost. So a lot of activity going on in Tennessee.
Okay.
That's like a good time right
Absolutely. Coming all the way down to Mississippi, lots of birds, but kind of the feedback we're getting across the board is, they're hammering it in the roost, gobbling on the roost. They come down and they're quiet, right? So that's been kind of a reoccurring theme across the board. So if anybody experiences that, but has some success, let us know what you did in that circumstance to kill birds. Another Facebook faithful, Damon Blakely, we talked about him last week. Killed a bird. He killed number 2 this week. 22 pounder, had a 12 1/4 inch beard, and 1 3/8 spur. So a great bird. Got a good pick there, Damon.
Yeah. Congratulations, Damon, and
Yeah.
we appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, he hunted this bird 2 mornings and 2 evenings this week. Finally caught up to him. He was with a hen, called the hen in, and ended up being able to kill the tom.
Awesome.
So, congrats, Damon.
We got a update from Sherry Trevisano, I believe, from Ohio. She says, "Spot on, dudes. It's all about the journey."
Yeah,
Yeah, a day in the field is a bad day in the field is better than a good day at work, right?
exactly.
That's right. Man, I'd love to be out in the field right now, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's keep on rolling on. Sean, why don't you take us over to the great state of Alabama?
And this should close out the Southeast, and kind of like we heard on the phone with Steve. Me and Tony got down to Alabama last weekend and had some tough hunts.
We hunted hard, man. We gave it to them.
Yeah, they were gobbling hard up in the tree, and then they would move around and gobble for about an hour after that. But then they got silent. They got silent on us, and they outsmarted us. They did. We were never able to get one to see the decoys, and I think that would have been key to bringing one in. We had one about 50 yards from us, and we could see him gobbling, but he wouldn't close the distance.
Yeah,
So
it was
tough hunting.
I think it was one of those, we juked when we should have jive situations. We might have got a little bit antsy in the mornings and went after some gobblers.
Oh, there's one gobbling over there. We need to go there when, in hindsight, we should have just stayed where we were at.
Yeah, and of course, it's always 50-50 looking back, but, you always want to feel like you're putting your best foot forward and going after an active bird. But, I think it was Sunday morning, and we went after a bird that was well behind us, and then we got back there and
Actually saw him fly down. We saw him fly down, and never saw him after that.
Right, and then where we
had come from, we were like, oh, they're in the field that we were just in.
It sure sounded like they were standing right in front of the line that we had started in. So, it was still a great time in the field.
Yeah, like Tony said, a day in the woods is better than a day not in the woods. So
that's right. So
well, we actually got a little bit of feedback from John Dunaway in Alabama. We just now got the feedback, but he said he killed it on the opening morning and shot a great bird on opening weekend. Came down from the roost 80 yards away and just came in on a string, straight line to him. And that's awesome. Anytime you can harvest a bird like that.
Congrats, John. That's awesome.
And on to Georgia, HS field staffer William Sullivan has heard gobbling, quite a bit of gobbling in the mid-morning and mid-afternoon. Real vocal to crow calls. Quiet on the roost though. And one of our HS employees, Taylor Phillips, actually doubled up with his buddy in North Georgia last Saturday. So congratulations, Taylor.
I was glad to see that text message come
Yeah.
through. And we were struggling out.
We were still out there chasing them, and we're getting done up by one of our guys.
Glad somebody was killing birds.
Drove all the way to Alabama when
Yeah.
birds are getting killed here in Georgia.
That's right.
And we actually have a picture of that.
Yeah.
So if you want to bring that camera over here, Sean.
Shot him over the strut lights.
Yeah.
Came right into him. Congratulations, Taylor.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, man. It's awesome.
And to close out, I think we got a little bit of feedback from Arkansas. So Rye Bailey saw a strutter with hens while out trout fishing last weekend, but no gobbling. So it sounds like they're still henned up there. Maybe the weather's still a little cold, and but hopefully in these next couple weeks it'll heat up in Arkansas.
They could be chasing hens too. So
Yeah,
they
could already
may not
henned
necessarily
up.
be with the flocks, but they could be chasing hens.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it still makes it tough to pull them away if they're with a hen,
Mhm.
but you got that going for you. That you get some decoys out. You may pull a bird out within shooting range.
That's right. Cool. I think that kind of wraps it up,
Yeah.
guys, and we appreciate all the feedback this week. The Southeast is still rocking with the feedback, which is understandable. Those seasons have been open for longer.
Yeah, well underway.
Yeah, but it seems like it really picked up in the Midwest region here this
I
week.
think the Midwest, once this youth season starts up, we're going to start getting some feedback from the Midwest and Great Lakes states that are going to give the Southeast a run for their money.
That's right, and I got in touch with one of my buddies that lives in the Coralville area over. Actually, he works in Coralville, and his folks are in Oxford, and he said there's a couple of birds around there have been strutting lately, so he's got his eyes on those once turkey season gets going. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, it sounds like things are starting to happen. It's that magic time of year when it comes to turkey season.
That's
There's
right.
just a lot of excitement in the air. So
Well, do we got a winner this week from last week?
we do. So the winner this week of your choice of an HS Strut hat, and let me clarify. You can pick your choice of a camo hat or some of the other hats that we have, such as the one I have here. We've got a black. There's a couple different options. So
I think if you go to shop.hs.com, all those hats are on there. So
yep, shop.hunterspec.com, where you can actually order product direct from us. You can see that the hats that we have available there, but the winners each week are getting their choice of a hat at no charge for being involved with our Strut Report, Strut Turkey Call. So the winner this week, Fred Gill.
Contact us, reach out to us, and
send us a message on our Hunter Specialties page and give us your shipping information and let us know what you like, and we'll get that right out to you.
all right.
So if anybody else has any questions or comments, be sure to let us know. We'll answer it and get back to you as soon as possible. But get out there, get after it this weekend. Those youth seasons that are opening up, good luck to you. And
Look for week 5 post and
week 5 next week
start to get
at
feedback.
1 o'clock.
that's right. Each week we get more and more interaction from everyone, so we're looking forward to next week. Thanks everyone for being with us. On behalf of Sean and Blake,
Enjoyed it.
thanks.
As always.
Thanks. We'll see you next week.